You are now listening to a Dose of Three podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Dose of Three podcast. I'm Andrea, and joining me are
Kiana
and Tia.
Yes. Okay. So again, welcome to a Dose of Three. Something has just been on my mind. It hasn't been on my mind, but it has just been bothersome. And so I just want to ask this real quick. This is on the spot. So I didn't ask Kiana or Tia this before. But what are some of your biggest pet peeves? Like, what are some of your biggest pet peeves?
Just in
any. So I'm gonna start off. So what gets under my skin to the fullest extent, and why it bothers me so much, I don't know. But what gets under my skin is, and this is probably the biggest one, I just do not like. I do not like when people email me, text me, or call me without a greeting. Like, if you're going to text me, if you're going to email me, you'll call me, you need to say hi, hey. I mean, I can accept what's up, good morning, good afternoon, something. Please don't just email, text me, or call me and just go right into what you doing? What you doing today? Oh, like, please, a greeting. And especially ones that text, email, or call to tell me to do something. Like, I need you to do hello, good morning, good, hey, hi. Like, it bothers me so much.
I respond with good morning. I respond with good morning because my good morning is as if you were talking to me and you just like, Tia, can you? I'm like, oh, good morning.
Yeah.
So I just type, good morning, Keisha.
Yeah.
Question: if you will see my previous email. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it is so rude. So yeah. One of y'all got like something that's like just gets under your skin.
Mine is, I do not like, okay, I have two, all right? I do not like when people make assumptions of my time and my availability, okay? Right. Don't tell you I'm coming. Don't assume that I'm coming. Don't say, Tia, are you bringing such and such? I did not tell you I was going to attend the event. Do not make assumptions of my time. Don't make assumptions like, oh, Tia gonna be here to help. No, she not. Stop it. No, she won't. I hate it. It irks me. Yeah, I have a lot of specific examples, but it would be bad. I also do not like when people pop up at my house. I hate it so much. I hate it very, very, very much. Do not show up to my house unannounced. I think that the way that I receive it as disrespectful because it goes back to the first pet peeve. You're assuming that I'm free. You're assuming that I'm open and ready for visitors. You're making assumptions because you think that whatever you want to do today is more important. It should supersede what I'm doing at the moment. I don't like it. So those are my pet peeves. Typically, I just look through the peephole and I will look at you and not answer.
But we see your car.
I don't care. Because if you did not call,
somebody could have picked her up and she didn't drive.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
I could be asleep. I could be in the shower, or I could be standing at the peephole. Because if you did not call, I think, why are you here? And honestly, most times I don't even get. If I know I didn't order anything from DoorDash or from Amazon, because typically that's when I'm ordering stuff. If I don't have a delivery coming, I don't even get out my bed. I make sure my bedroom door is closed just in case it's maintenance. So when they come in, they can't see me in the bed. And I don't even get out the bed because I'm not having guests today. That's my pet peeve. It hurts me.
Yeah, Tia, going along with what you were saying, don't make assumptions on my time. Also, what you doing today? I ain't doing nothing, just laying around. Oh, so good. We can do or know what, since you're not doing nothing, can you go get No. Just because I'm not doing nothing don't mean I want to do something. Okay. So I thought she was going to say that to you. Yeah. Like,
and the other piece don't mean I want to do something with you. Okay. Because I might want to do something, but I might not want to do anything
hilarious.
if you know,
Right,
that's all.
right.
Like,
I don't know if you could call it a pet peeve, but I cannot stand prideful people.
Okay.
And that's it.
what does prideful look like?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What does prideful to you look
People
like?
who are just very puffed up, bragging, always trying to be in the spotlight, self-centered, self-absorbed.
Yeah.
It's all about me. I'm great. I'm fantastic. Look at me. Look at what I have. It's very irritating to me. I mean, very, very, very like it. I don't know what it is. It just makes me want to throw up. Like, I'm like, ugh. It like makes me want to jump out of my body and then jump back in. Like,
Oh my Lord.
it's like, I just cannot stand being around people like that. And I think because I've always felt that way and I've always felt strongly about prideful people, I don't want to come off as prideful. So I don't really share like my accomplishments. Like, people really don't know what's going on or what I have accomplished or what I have, because I don't want to, I don't want it to come off like I'm being prideful. And I think that, which is bad in a sense, because I feel like I want to glorify God and I want to show, I want to be able to testify of all the things that God has done for me. But because I don't want to come off prideful, I feel like I keep quiet a lot, and that's not good, And I realized that this past Sunday when my pastor had asked for testimonies, oh my gosh, I have testimonies. But because I didn't want to come off a certain type of way, it just makes me want to Ugh. I just didn't say anything, and I was just really quiet. And then I'm like, God, am I not, really, I feel like I'm not telling my testimony like I should. I'm not talking about the goodness of Jesus and what he has done and what he's done for me. I can dance. No, but I feel like I'm not really glorifying him like I should be, because I'm not telling my testimony. And he has done so many amazing things for me, miraculous things even. But because I feel like it might come off a certain type of way, I just keep quiet. But I think that's also that's a me issue, but I still really don't care for prideful people.
Yeah. Since we on the topic of the pet peeves, I have another one. I realized I don't like, maybe this isn't a pet peeve. I don't even know if it's a pet peeve, but don't talk to me crazy. And the older I get, the more stern I feel about
what's talking to you crazy.
Oftentimes at work, in emails, I be wanting to respond back like, who are you talking to? The older I get, the more like, don't talk to me crazy. I don't care who you are. Talk properly. Don't come at me disrespectfully. Don't raise your voice at me. Watch your tone. Like, I just feel like that's my thing. Like, yeah, don't do that. I don't know if that's a pet peeve, but I realized that I'm way more sensitive to how people talk to me. Like, who you talking to? Often it comes out my mouth. Like, don't talk to me crazy. And if I wasn't saved, it could be something,
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all.
I'm going to say, this just came up. I'm going to say this last thing, and y'all probably think I'm stupid, but
no,
I don't like, and this is only in my house, because my youngest son, Brian, always used my bathroom. I don't know why he always has to come through my room to use my master bath, but I do not like that he puts the toilet seat down.
What?
Okay, so not the seat that we would sit on, but the cover.
Oh, okay.
The lid.
Okay.
The lid.
Okay.
Yes. I don't like that he puts it down. No, I know for a fact that his father probably told him that, because he was like big on always putting the toilet lid down. I'm sorry, so I won't say toilet seat, toilet lid down. So I think that's why he does, and he literally does it every single time after every single time he uses the bathroom.
It's actually really sanitary. You should keep it.
I don't care to you.
And put it down before you flush, because when you flush, all of the fecal and pee, all that stuff is just aerosol all over everything in your bathroom. But go ahead.
Okay, too.
I can't see it.
But no, like the reason why I hate it and because I'm talking a little bit too much, but it must be my bladder. I don't know. But usually when I have to use the bathroom, like I most of the time wait to the last minute, because even like if I'm working, like I want to finish this. Like clearly it's only going to take you a couple of seconds to release yourself, you know what I'm saying? Wash your hands and everything, get back to it. But sometimes like I'm just in it and I just want to finish it. So I oftentimes go to the bathroom at the last minute. And so it's like when I go, Andrew needs to make it there in like 1 second. Like she needs to go, right? So I be so mad because I go and it's like the toilet lid is down. And even though it's so stupid, even though Andrew, it take you 1 second just to lift it up. But depending on what I'm wearing that day, you know what? It don't even matter if I'm wearing joggers, like, cause that's easy to get down. But if I'm got on jeans and I got on a belt,
this is so detailed.
Yeah, it take up too much time to be unbuckling and then unzip and then zip and then pull it all the way, pull you all the way down to say, I'm like, oh no. And I'd be so mad. I'd be like, why? Ryan, stop. And it's just like, I'm sorry. I know it was a little bit too much. I know it was a little bit too much, but I'm like, Brian, you cannot use my bathroom anymore. And he still does, but it never fails. He always puts it down. And I'm just like, I need this up, because when I run to the bathroom, I need to be sure I make it there.
Yeah, okay? Don't pee on the seat. Don't pee on the lid.
Mm-hmm. It just looks better.
Or on myself.
It looks more inviting.
Or on the floor.
It does.
You said what?
It looks more inviting up when the lid is up as opposed to down. So,
girl, I don't care how it looks. I just need to make sure I get there on time. So that was it. That just came to my mind. Like, all right,
that was funny.
All right, so y'all, so moving into part of our topic today, okay? I got a question to ask y'all at the end, but I have a question right now. Do you think there should be different boundaries set for a husband and wife, or one in a marriage versus two individuals in courtship? Do you think there should be different boundaries set, or do you think they should follow the same boundaries because they're in a committed relationship of some sort together?
When you say boundaries, define the boundaries?
I mean, because they can be different things, but
we didn't have sex before we got married. So we did follow certain boundaries when we were courting. So, but after we got married, of course, we weren't following those boundaries.
Yeah.
But,
so, I mean, I don't have anything definitive in mind. So basically, do you think people in a committed relationship should act the same as if they weren't married? Meaning, should you do what you would do in a marriage the same as when you're just in a courtship?
I don't think so. I think that it is different. I don't think that. Yeah, I think that it's different. I feel like when I'm married, you and I are one. When I'm married, like, we're one. We are legally bound together, spiritually and by legal contract. But in real life, until we marry, we single. We just have made an agreement that we're just going to see each other during this singleness. But no, I'm not doing your laundry. The expectation I'm going to cook for you and treat you like I'm your wife when I'm not your wife. No, I feel like there's a clear difference to me. I know a lot of people, they see relationships as like a tryout period. And we boyfriend and girlfriend and we at the cookout. So I make your plate first. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not your wife. So that's just me.
Yeah.
I say it depends on specifically what you're talking about. So when it comes to me being in a courtship or when it comes to being in a courtship, I feel like maybe like cutting off relationships that you shouldn't have, meaning if you are so let me talk about myself. That's easier. So for me, there were some friendships with some guys that I did cut off in courtship. And I didn't wait until I got married. I did that in courtship. But I don't believe that a girlfriend should act like a wife. I don't believe that you should play that role. You're not a Mrs. yet. You're a Miss. So you should behave as such. But I do believe that once, you're in a courtship, and once the courtship moves to being a fiance to marriage, some of the boundaries are going to be lifted, meaning, you might start talking about how, you're going to be spending your money. Maybe you might establish an account while you're still a fiance, because you know that you're getting ready to get married. So I do believe it just depends. And I also believe it depends on the couple and what you feel comfortable with. If you don't feel comfortable with that, then of course I wouldn't suggest you do it. But if that's what you want to do, I feel like at the end of the day, it's your business.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
What do you think, Andrea?
I mean, whatever you want to do, whatever floats, whatever works for y'all.
Okay, so for you,
whatever works for y'all.
Tia said for you.
For you, if you're in a relationship.
I'm not in one, so.
You know what? I can't.
No, I do. No, I mean, I guess because, again, I didn't give y'all specific examples of what boundaries are, but I do think if a marriage is totally different from being in courtship or being in a relationship. I see what you were saying, Kiana, and you kind of say it depends, but to me, it don't depend. You either married or you not. And if you married, y'all do this. And if you not, then you ain't entitled, or you don't have to, or obligated to do such and such and such. That's just my little 2 cents.
If you're enjoying the episode thus far, please don't forget to find and follow all our social medias at A Dose of 3. Head over there and share your opinions with us on this week's topics. Let us know what other things you think we should discuss. We'd like to answer some of your questions, so ask away. And we want to keep you posted on any new activities we may have coming up, so don't miss out. You can also send any additional inquiries to us via email at adoseof3@gmail.com. Now let's get back into our show.
So my cousin had made a post a couple weeks ago, and his post posed this question: are couples required to see cell phone content if requested? If one refuses, is he or she hiding something? Is that the assumption that if they did not share their cell phone or their cell phone password or something, that they're hiding something? So at first I thought, in my mind, I thought it read, are couples, in my mind, I was thinking of married couples. Like that this would apply to marriage. But I know, I'm saying for both. So to y'all, do you think married couples should share each other's passwords or even have passwords? And then we're talking specifically to cell phone. Or do you, and then for those that are not married but are in courtship or seeing one another, if they have if they have passwords on their phone, do you think they should share it with their significant other?
For me, I say yes. If it's to both. I believe if you are in a committed relationship and your spouse wants your password, I say share it with them. If you are in a married relationship, absolutely. I feel like the only couple or the only person that has a right to say no is the person who's not married. Because once you get married, the Bible says your body is not your own, so all that, no, this is mine. Technically, your body and the properties that's attached to your hand, your feet, and whatever you look at, it's all mine. So I want to be able to see it. But as far as being in a courtship, I feel like they have the right to say no, but I don't see why you would want to say no if you don't have anything to hide. I'm a part of I'm a part of the group that feels like if you don't want to give me your password information, you have something to hide. Right. But I've always been I've always been confident in my relationship. So I never even asked Dawn for like passwords and stuff like that. However, like for instance, my phone might die and I need his phone. Well, he doesn't have a passcode on his phone, but I feel like if he did, my phone died. Okay, I need to use your phone real quick. What's your password? Or I just, he gives me the password and then I remember it for future, for if I might need it for the future. I don't see anything wrong with it. If you legitimately don't have anything to hide, why wouldn't you want to give your spouse, whether it's your boyfriend or your husband, your password information?
Right. And I agree with that. My point of view is you are hiding something, just point blank period. That's all. That's what it is. If you can't, whether it's your spouse or your, what? You want to say something? Oh,
no, I thought you were finished.
No, Tia, I didn't even get my sentence out. No,
okay,
no,
that's why I stopped talking, girl.
No, you legit hiding something because there's no reason why. Now, I do feel as though if you are married, then and your spouse asks for it, you should give it to them. Like, there's no should I not? No, you should. There should be no reason why you shouldn't. Huh?
I feel like you're obligated to. When you're married,
yeah, but I'll use obligation too. Yes. If you are not, no, I don't have to share it with you. However, if I don't, it's because I am hiding something. Like, you can't tell me that you can't, and it's not me personally, but I'm saying you can't tell me that you're not. Because what would be the reason why I cannot get your password? And I don't want to hear.
It's not your phone.
I don't want to hear saying you don't trust me. What you looking for?
What if your spouse, before Dawn and I were married, I was on his phone bill. So in that situation, I'm paying the bill. Let me see what's on it.
Just look at the phone bill to see. Okay, because that's something in itself. I feel like I wouldn't be sharing bills with somebody that I'm not married to. But for me, I feel like if you are not my husband, you are not entitled to anything.
You're not.
Period.
You're right.
And I have a password. And if you ask me to see it, I may let you see or may not let you see it. It's not because I'm cheating. It's because it's none of your freaking business and I don't belong to you and I'm not under surveillance. And if you feel like because I know how I live. So if you feel like that's what we're going to do, then we don't need to take it no further. Because I'm not going to live with someone in a relationship where I'm like in jail. Like, well, let me check in my phone.
But why does it have to be
Why
jail?
Don't you trust me?
Yeah, and I get that, Tia.
Relationship,
but what if it's not a trust issue? What if it's literally they just need to use your phone?
Right. So yeah,
you're busy. You're busy doing something.
But that's different.
Just give me your password real quick.
But and I was gonna pose the same question to you that Kiana just said. What if it's just a simple fact? Hey, I left my phone in the house, or I don't have my phone. Can I hold your phone real quick? And you just grab the phone and they take it back to put in password. I can't just put it in. Because you're hiding something. You're hiding.
No, you're not.
The reality is.
The reality of it is. No, the reality of it is.
Come on.
You are not my spouse. You could be a freaking thief. I don't think you should share your passwords with anyone. And why do you need my password? Like, why do you need to be in my phone when I'm not
something.
Here?
Tia, okay. I get it. If you are fresh, if
Tia is in a relationship with someone, if Tia is in a relationship with someone, Tia is not going to cheat. Period. But Tia also, I'm protective over my private things. You're not going to know my password. You're not going to know my PIN number. And if I give you my password, I'm going to change it. Guess what? Because we're not married and we could break up tomorrow.
But what about so if you're engaged to that person as well, it's the same.
If you're engaged.
When we're engaged, we could start going towards at that point, we're preparing for marriage. So I may be a little more lax. But the idea of giving people that aren't you your actual password, you have passwords for a reason. Like you could break up tomorrow.
But you know why I have a password? I have a password because iPhone made me have a password. If I didn't get a password, then every time I went to a website where I had to create a password, I would have to remember it. So when you put in your password on iPhone, it'll generate your password for that specific website. So that's why I have a password. But I just feel like because I legitimately don't have anything to hide, and I don't really care if you see my email, my text message, or whatever, I could just freely give that. And I don't feel like you are owning me. You are watching over me. I don't feel like Big Brother is over my
But why
my
do they
back.
want it? Why would someone need to check your emails? Like, I'm not under surveillance.
I wouldn't care. I mean,
I feel like most of the time when it comes up,
go ahead.
but when it comes up, typically about the whole password thing, it's a woman demanding the password from a man. And the bigger issue isn't the password, it's the fact that, dummy, leave this man that you don't in a relationship with a man that you don't trust, that you have to surveil. So that's the issue. Like, I feel like the bigger issue is you don't trust your man. So if you get, but you need to ask, I need to see your phone. Girl, you dumb. You leave them unless you marry. And if you marry, just pray. Because you're in it now.
All right, I got a question to you.
And you don't trust them, why are you still with them?
I have a question to you. Do you still have that same stance and I feel like you still will, but I'm going to ask it. If, again, you're not married but you're in a relationship, and they did not have any password, and I'm not specifically talking about the cell phone because that was what was in the post. They never had a password on their cell phone. They used to let you hold their phone if you needed it. If you didn't have it, like, no problem. And then all of a sudden, there's then the password on the phone. They're now being protective over when you need to use the phone. Oh, okay, give it to me real quick. I'll put my password in so you can use it, and then you on it. Okay, you off the phone? Okay, I'll take it back because they don't want the chance of you going through. Like, do you still feel that same sense as of if you were, the girlfriend or so, that you should not ask because I'm not married, so I'm not entitled? Was you still feel the same way?
I feel like, because the thing is, if I'm in a situation and I feel like, okay, I think that he's hiding stuff, we're not together. Like, I don't understand. Like, why would you proceed in something that's toxic where you don't trust the person that you're with? Like, if
because
your
sometimes, sometimes as a woman, we need proof. Like,
no, because you're sleeping and you don't want to leave the man. So stop.
But what if this happened out of the blue?
Can't trust, then just stay with him. But don't.
My question is, what if this happen?
When you won't stay with him anyway?
What if this happen out of the blue? I'm giving this the same example. What if this happen out of the blue, that they started just doing the password thing, and like you never suspected anything before? Like, you weren't so.
But them having the password suddenly makes you suspect something. Then you make the decision. This is how I feel. This is how I'm reading what you're doing. I don't like it. So either we need to make a decision. Like, I feel like I'm just a proponent of
cut and dry though.
Before. Why wouldn't it be?
Because you don't have any proof. You want to say it's
that's what
over.
I was saying. Because that's what I was saying.
That's what I'm saying. You have a conversation like, this is what this is what I see. This is how I feel about it. And then you go by the conversation. If you don't feel satisfied with the end of that conversation, then you make the decision. If you want to stay with a man
I don't think so.
Or you want to dip.
I still think you need more.
You don't trust him.
He could say, well, why don't you trust me? Or I love you. It's not even that. I got an iPhone and they made me put on the password.
But do you believe that? That's what I'm saying. Like, have that conversation.
Maybe I don't, but if I got into that phone and looked in those text messages, I could tell for certain, he's cheating on me. I've never been the type to look through Dawn stuff. I did it one time, and that's only because he was on my laptop and he left his email open. And I was just like, well, it was just like, let me just look. I was just being nosy, and I didn't find anything. And I went through probably hundreds of emails, but go ahead.
Did you feel bad or you felt okay?
I felt bad.
Why would you feel bad?
Because why you spying on him?
We were not married.
She wasn't spying.
We were not married, but it was like, I felt like I was violating his personal
girl vibe.
And then I told him, because I can't, it's hard for me to keep stuff from him. So I had a conversation. I said, I just want to let you know, when you were on my laptop, your email was still up. And I looked through your emails. I mean, I was just being nosy and I went through hundreds of emails. Why don't you clean out your emails? But I didn't find anything and I just want to apologize. And he was
that's
like,
nice.
He didn't even care. He was just like, oh, okay.
That's nice, Kiana.
He's not hiding anything, but I never care.
That was nice.
Because to me, that reads to me how I would receive that if I'm in a relationship with someone and they have gone through hundreds of my emails. This is how Tia would receive that. You are not trustworthy. I can't leave things around you. I cannot trust you with my things. And that expands to everything. And because I feel like a lot of the red flags people ignore, and then you end up in a marriage with your heart broken when if you ain't trusting when y'all was dating, you should have dipped in because he not going to become more trustworthy. Like if y'all just dating and he being secret square, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you there? So I feel like if I'm with someone where I feel like I have the desire to check your phone and be Inspector Gadget, that's a red flag. Something about how we're communicating or how we're vibing doesn't make me feel secure, doesn't make me feel like you're just for me. You know how I feel about marriage. I know how I feel about it, Kiana. I feel like once you in it, you stuck. And because I think like that, I feel like any red flag you run. Because it's better to be single and not miserable than be stuck with somebody that you're miserable.
I agree.
Or remarried and happy. I'm just saying, because you could get divorced and remarried. I'm just saying. And the Lord will forgive you.
We have different views.
I just want to say that to those individuals who want to get remarried, the Lord will forgive you because he is a forgiving God. And that's it.
But I can say I was never, ever the type. That need to look at phones and look at passwords and stuff. Like that didn't even I'm not that. I'm gonna make sure put that out there. I don't need to be I don't need your passwords and see your phone, stuff like that. I recently, when I say not that recent, but I literally just started putting a password on my phone maybe about a few years ago. And that's only because my son almost lost his phone and he didn't have one on there. And he didn't, I guess he misplaced it. Okay. But we thought he lost it. He didn't have one on there. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, if somebody get your phone, they could just use it. But somebody just called like that, then was like, okay, Andrea, put a password on your phone because you just never know. And maybe I shouldn't be saying this. I keep other passwords and stuff sometimes in my phone. And I'm like, I can't, Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say the password. But I'm like, no. Okay. What if somebody get into my text message and just see for Dick's Sporting Goods? It's this like, you know what I'm saying?
You saying so much.
Like I don't need them to know. And that's the only reason why I put a password on my phone. But my kids, Sean, Brian, Jayla, and my nephew Roland, they all know my passcode. Yeah. I guess my sister may know it. I don't really care. But I mean, just the close one, close in, but they know it. But that's the only reason why I put one on my phone. But I was never the type to be like, oh, I need this now. It did get to a point where stuff became suspicious. And so then I was just like, well, let me see, only because things got suspicious. But
did you find anything? Did you look and did you find?
Well, not concrete, but also passwords were changed so I would not figure out. So I wasn't successful a whole bunch of times. But like I believe prior, because I think before there were no passwords, and then there were. But even when they were, like I mean, I don't care. Like you know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess you should. Because my phone is always on my hip, it's like, ain't nobody gonna ever steal my phone because my phone is on my hip. It ain't going nowhere. Like my phone is with me all the time. So like, I never felt the need, but I guess if you don't, if you not by your phone all the time or you be leaving it here there, okay, yeah, go ahead, put a password. So I didn't think about it. But when stuff got suspicious was then when I asked for it. And I was adamant because I did not want to I did not want to make the assumption that things were bad, or things were there was something going on. So I wanted proof. So like give it to me. Let me see and prove me wrong. Let me look stupid then. And if you can't do that, then there is something you're hiding, and there was. But I'm just saying, if you can't do that, then you hiding something. You hiding something.
I feel like, I think that if we're married and you say, Tia, I don't trust you, and I need to see your emails and your texts and whatever else because I think that you may be cheating. I feel like show it to him.
Yeah.
But honestly, that will probably, like him coming to me like that, we would need counseling because now I'm pissed off and now I'm not rocking with you because don't treat me like I'm some kid. Like that would piss me off. But maybe it would be different if I was someone that was cheating. Like maybe the way I would receive that would be different. But I feel like, I'm like, what? Like just the fact that you requested that of me would piss me off. Like that in itself would cause issues in our relationship.
I don't think that
because it says something.
I'm not sure if your spouse or spouses approach their spouse like that. Like, I don't trust you, so let me see your phone. A lot of times they're just like, oh, well, let me see your phone. Or who you texting?
But that's manipulative and dishonest.
And that's how a lot of people are.
Yeah, that's true. And that irks me. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate when people are manipulative. It irks me.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But you think that's manipulative just to be like, oh, who you texting right now?
It is. If you're not being honest, tell me what you're
doing. You want to know who they texting right now? No, realistically, you do want to know who they texting to you.
But then tell me that.
I asked who you texting right now. But I don't gotta give you the reason why I want to know who you texting.
That's what I said. She probably want the reason
why would I need to give the reason why? Just I asked who you texting.
The point is, but that's
who you texting.
But that wasn't. Yeah, but I'm saying then say what you want. But if you have to be secret squirrel, you're being deceptive. And so you're trying to manipulate him into giving you what you want, and you're being covert. And I feel like
I don't think so.
That's too much. Because once we get to the point where I have to be that way with you, I'm like, we ain't good no more.
Yeah, that's
like
rough.
We are problematic. And I'm probably like really upset that I married you in the first place because I did not sign up to be in a marriage where I literally don't trust the person that I'm supposed to.
But you know what, Tia? Sometimes it's
that
not,
would irk me.
But sometimes it may not be you. It just may be them, their insecurity and stuff. So they may.
Who is you and them in that situation?
Meaning, if your spouse or significant other, whatever, asks to see your phone, and you're saying that would be problematic with you because blah 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 blah. Maybe it's not so much that they just legit just don't trust you. Maybe they are just more insecure, and they just need to know, you know what I'm saying? For them, they're like, oh, okay, she's really in it for me. Like, she's not going to hurt me because you know what I'm saying? Okay, you look at me like, okay, I feel like
I understand.
No, I hear you. I'm just trying
because
I understand, but I'm like, you got all the way to marriage. You got all the way to, okay. You got all the way to marriage.
All the time. That happens. Yes. All the way to marriage and possibly to divorce. Yes.
Possibly to divorce. For sure. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like,
okay, but
like for me, it goes back to that pet peeve of who you talking to. And I'm real serious about like privacy. Like, even like if I ask to use your phone, I hand you your phone, let you push it in, and then I take it back. Like, the idea that I would ask you for your password is crazy to me. So I think I just value privacy. It kind of goes back to all my pet peeves. Like, don't show up to my house unannounced. Like, that's my space. You don't get to pick when you get to come into my space. I have to invite you there. And it's that same thing. Like, I'm very like that kind of stuff. And even the idea of you accusing me of being not trustworthy, that goes back to that pet peeve of who the heck you talking to? Like, yeah. So I think it's all tied up in my pet peeves. Like, that would set me off real bad.
We're all in agreement for sure that married couples should, if the spouse asks. We're all in agreement of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
But if we not married, you don't get to see nothing. I don't think like the idea of me sharing my passwords with someone that I'm not married to is crazy to me. Because then I got to change my passwords whenever I'm change my relationship.
I can't wait until you get into a relationship. I really want to know. We got to have a whole podcast called Tears in a Relationship. Let's see how she acts. Because I want to know. You talk bad. I want to know how it's going to be when you get into a relationship. Because he might need your password for a specific reason. You just never know. But I can't wait. And
unless I need him to go into my phone because my hand is broken or something. There's no reason why he needs to be in my stuff. Why are you in my stuff if I'm not right there? Like, that's weird. Like, that's strange to me. Why would you need that?
You never know. And
why. I feel like
I have been sick. I can't think of a reason. Prior to me getting married, I used to suffer from vertigo. I used to, because the Lord has delivered me. But I used to suffer from vertigo, and my episodes would be really bad. And I have been driving and started regurgitating all over the place, all in my car, all over me. And I remember Don, I was living in Pennsylvania at the time, and he wasn't my husband at the time. We were together. He was living in Maryland. He drove to Pennsylvania to take care of me, cleaned out my car, which had vomit and stuff all over it. If I had a password on my phone, I was so sick. He washed my clothes. He cleaned out my car. He took care of me, but I was so sick. If I needed him to do something for me, he would need my password. That's on my phone. That's on my laptop. The password for my email. Like, you just never know what situation you're in that will cause your partner, your significant other, your spouse to need your passwords. And so that's why I say you just never know, because I've been
if there's an emergency, that's what I say. Like, if something's wrong and I'm literally physically incapable of typing the numbers myself, and I need you to use my phone and not use your phone to call for help, then sure. But I feel like why do you need my password?
But Tia gonna change it.
Yeah, because just from a security standpoint, random people should not have your passwords, y'all.
That's not a random person.
If we ain't married, you random, because we can break up tomorrow. That's what you mean. We can break up tomorrow. We ain't bound to each other. And we ain't bound until we marry. I'm real serious about that. Like, stop, ladies, stop sharing your passwords. I watch too much court TV during the day when I'm working. These dudes don't be right. Like,
yeah,
steal all your money. Don't do that. Don't share your stuff with them. But if they ask you, but I feel like be a buck, because realistically, you don't want to be honest. Like, this is how I feel, and I need to see your stuff. And if he say no, you decide how you're going to move after that. Like, am I okay with being with a guy who tells me no, I can't see his phone, even though I don't trust him? And if you are, then you've made your decision. Keep that same energy while he's cheating on you in years to come. If you're not, you know what I'm saying, make the decision and dip. But I don't know. I'm real serious about my password, y'all. Like,
I do think you should be honest in your intent or your reasoning for why you want it. Like, because if you cannot communicate why you want the password and how you're feeling, then there's a communication problem. Like, if you can't tell your significant other, hey, I just don't feel right. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's you. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I want to say, if you can't say that because you're afraid how they're going to respond or how you're going, then that's an issue in itself. So I do agree that you should be honest with your intent and reason. But okay, so just. But
if you are married, just to clarify, if you are married and your spouse asks to see your stuff, show them the stuff.
It's an obligation.
For marriage.
Your body is not
for
your
marriage.
own.
Show your stuff.
So your fingers, your eyes, they're not your own. So go ahead, put that password in.
Yeah. So for marriage, because I think that's what they were talking about on the thing, on the actual post.
It was couples. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But okay, I hate to go back, but I also feel like even if you are not married, okay, and you ask for it, And I get what you're saying, Tia. I hear you. Okay, you're not obligated. You ain't entitled. We could break up tomorrow. All that. I get it. But my thing is, if you really truly are not hiding something, I mean, don't. Why go with the back and forth when you don't trust me? Why you got? Like, just do it. Like my thing. Like just show it. Just show it. Prove them wrong and let them look stupid.
But you might not.
Like, why you just want to go back and forth? Like, go ahead.
I feel like if they are not cheating and they feel a way about it, then you need to really evaluate whether or not this is the kind of woman that you need to be with. If she is the type of woman to demand that.
It's not just saying. It's not just always the woman. It's a lot of men that want to be in your phone.
Yeah.
No, but for Andrea's example, she was talking about the guy. Yeah. Andrea was talking about the guy. That's why. But there are.
Because I feel like it's always put on the woman. Oh, she desperate. I mean, she's insecure. She's this, but it's a lot of men. Come on, women. Back me up. It's a lot of men. It's like, let me see your password. I mean, let me see your phone. Who you texting? Anybody say you were pretty today? I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the guys want to come to all of your homegirl functions because they don't trust you, but they try to play it like I'm just cool with your friends. Girl, they don't trust you. That's why they don't like to let you go nowhere. And your homegirls don't want to hang with your husband. Attention. Attention. Everybody listening. If you married, listen, okay? Your friends might be sweet. Right? And they ain't gonna be like, girl, we don't want to hang out with your husband. But let me be their voice. They don't want to hang out with your husband. Get your husband his own friends. We don't want to hang out with him. Oh, I'm sorry. Because I feel like some men don't trust women and that's how they play it. Like, why are you always here, yo? Like, she fine, we promise. We not taking her down the strip club. We promise, yo. Go home. Anyway, that's all.
All right, y'all. So let us know what y'all think. Do you think married couples or those that are dating should share their passwords with one another? Do you think, there are certain boundaries, there are certain rules per se or guidelines for married versus other single, because you're not married. Do you think there should be different rules or guidelines set? So let us know. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's a dose of 3, or you can email us at adoseof3@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. So, y'all, until next time. See y'all.
Peace.
Bye.